What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Genesis League goals content today. We also stream right here in this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, guys, well, we have the coach abilities launched for Genesis League goals, and keep in mind, this is all still subject to change, but it's still exciting nonetheless. Now, the caveat that I'll give before we go into these is that I still have not played the closed beta. I don't think I'm going to get access to it, so I'm just waiting until the full game is actually launched. I don't even have a team yet necessarily, but that doesn't mean I'm not excited. I'm still very much excited for the game. I just want you to take this all with a grain of salt if something I say doesn't make sense in the context of the game, since I haven't had a chance to actually play it yet myself. But here's the thing, before we even jump in, and I'm just going to quickly go through all of these, one thing that stood out to me, and for my Splinter Lens folks, you might understand where my perspective is coming from. The different abilities that you get can be so specific that it's almost like they're perfect for certain types of rule sets or games or whatever, but we don't necessarily have that with Genesis League goals. I mean, it's a soccer-based game, so technically all games are going to be the same until we get some kind of differentiation. Maybe you play some games on turf, maybe there's weather-related things, who knows? But as of now, it seems to me as though there would be cards that stand out above the rest simply because they have a much more general approach to the type of ability that they have. But I'll see if I can call them out as we go along. But I'm just going to go through these and give my thoughts as we go along. There's quite a few, so hopefully I'll just rip through these as quickly as I can. All right, first one, Chris Jernovic, the ability name is Competitive Edge. This is an interesting one, but when a team is winning, all chances for success decrease, while when a team is losing, all chances for success increase. So it's almost like you kind of just want to stay even the entire game and then just take it at the end. I mean, that would be my thought with this coach if you wanted to get it. Again, is that one of my favorites? I don't know. Although I do like the fact that if you're ever losing a game, it's, all of a sudden like your players can get somewhat amped up. So, but if you're winning, you probably won't have many blowouts because all of a sudden, your chances for success start to decrease if you're winning. All right, now Georgina Tailwind, Creative Genius, boosts the chance of success when passing. Relatively straightforward. But again, it's stuff like this that's like, okay, well, do you want like a team that's just like really good at passing? And is that it? Like, or maybe what you do is you go for like a lot of the like high scorers or better dribblers, and then you put them with someone like Georgina Tailwind, and then all of a sudden you have a well-rounded team. I don't know. Maybe that's kind of where they're coming from. All right, I don't even know how to say this. Kaoru Kujira, midfield control, so boost the chance of success for passing and interception action of midfielders. So if you have either really good or mediocre or even bad midfielders, this could probably make a difference. But then again, like what would be I'm still trying to figure out what would be the strategy there. Maybe you just go for the best midfielders and then you boost them up even more so that the other team can't even get the ball across midfield. All right, Drew dribbles, fancy footwork to boost the chance of success when dribbling. So we have one for passing with Georgina and one for dribbling. Jeff Sprightly with fleet-footed, boost the chance of success for receiving and intercepting passes. Again, very, very specific. Ben Gene Pool Powers, cybernetic enhancements. So this one is player health and stamina drain at a reduced percentage compared to normal. This is very outside the box because this isn't necessarily, well, it is in-game, but it's not boosting your chances of anything directly, boosting or taking away from the other team, for example. So in this sense, this might be one of the more unique ones that I've come across where it's just like, if you want to play more games with your team, well, your player health and stamina are going to be much better with the cybernetic enhancements or Ben Powers. All right, so 0x0 Punk GK skills. For goalkeepers, there's an increased chance of triggering a staked skill while the depletion of a player's stamina is reduced. So that's an interesting one where if you get a good skill, you can increase the chances of that happening. But at the very least, your goalkeeper stamina doesn't get reduced very much. But come on, they're just standing around the whole game, right? All right, Eric Erickson, hit and run, boost the chance of success for tackling as well as the subsequent offensive play after a successful tackle. Again, very specific. I'm not sure when you would use this, but if when we get to the end, I'll put my pitch out there. All right, so Millwall Hooligan, boost the chance of success for tackling with the tackler gaining morale while the player being tackled loses additional stamina. Again, super specific. Tantrum Tate Tanner, Raging Bull. Boost the chance of success in both attacking and defending when the team is losing, but note that it will drain stamina while active. So, here's another one similar to the first one where you boost your chances of, well, I guess both attacking and defending when you're losing, which could come in handy. But I guess it doesn't really give you much outside of that, especially if you're winning games. All right, Sean Diamond with Diamond Hands provide a bonus to team synergy, resulting in an increased chance of success for all actions. Boom, right there. Very easily, all of a sudden, I'm just like, well, doesn't this seem like the best one? Sean Diamond, it's based on Aggie too, so I wouldn't be surprised. But even beside that, just looking objectively at the description, it's like, well, wouldn't you want something that just impacts and increases all of the good things for you? All right, so Gallus Rally Cry. When the team is tied or losing and concedes a goal, every player receives a boost to stamina and morale. All right, very cool. Dominica Ivy Boss Boost. So grant a boost to both stamina and morale for all players after halftime. That could be a very interesting, like, if you're a comeback type of team. Pete Precisus, analytical acuity, impose penalties on the weakest attacking and defending stats of the opposing team. I actually like this one, impose and penalty. So, you could be like going after specific things and then use that to your advantage, where you try to like dribble or pass past a person who's the weakest player. All right, so Butch Blockhouse Trash Talk, intensify the impact of morale loss on the opponent. Brian Deuce, Underdog, boost the chance of success of actions at the team level when your average player stats are lower than the opposing team's average player stats. This is another interesting one because it's just like if you're playing a team that's better than you, like statistically better than you, then all of a sudden you're going to get a boost across the board. So far, I'm liking Sean Diamond and Brian Deuce. All right, Gabby Hart, Superfans, provide a bonus to morale, resulting in an increased chance of success for all actions. Once again, that seems pretty straightforward and actually very general across the entire team. So Team Big Daddy Thomas, the favorite. If the game is tied, receive a boost to the success chance of all actions. This is interesting because it's like, well, you have one for when you're down, and now you have one for whenever you're tied. So I don't know, that could be cool. Arden Gold, Lucky Dog, boost to game rewards. Now, this is something that has nothing to do with game, but it sounds like you're going to get something, a multiplier potentially on your game rewards afterwards. So I don't know if people go for something like that. If all you're interested in is ROI, well, you go with someone like Arden Gold. Nacho Aguilar, Chaos Theory. So varied boost or penalty per turn based on your boost or opponent's penalty move. That one's a little bit more complicated, but very boost or penalty per turn. Okay, so this is very much depending on what your opponent is doing. All right, Johnny Hustle, Relentless, boost the success chance when winning. Now, this is another interesting one because it's just like, man, if you can find a way to go up 1-0, you might never lose the game because all of a sudden you're getting a boosted chance. So I kind of like the fact that there's a bunch of different kinds. You can build your team around certain ones, but I think to make it super easy, a lot of the general ones that we were talking about, right? So Sean Diamond, Brian Deuce, Gabby Hart, like those might be the best place to really start. And you can see here, disclaimer, all of these, so Punk, Arden Gold, Dominica Ivy, and Nacho Aguilar abilities are not yet available. So I'm gonna leave this here. I gave you my thoughts as we went across, but I'm curious to know, for those of you who have started playing the game already, are you angling towards any of these because they make sense within the context of what you've played? And for people who haven't played yet, does my analysis make sense, or are you reading these completely different? Very, very curious to know. So that is all I have. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'll catch you all in the next video and see you around the game. Take care.